Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Today we are reviewing the X-Dragon Power Bank. Now you receive everything that you see here in the camera. It comes in the box just exactly like this. I'm going to put that box to the side here. And you also get, of course, the X-Dragon Power Bank, the detachable additional 3 solar panels, a micro USB cable, and a little manual. The manual really doesn't tell you much, but you really don't need much from the manual because this is pretty simple. So let's go ahead and go over this right now. So the battery bank doubles as a flashlight as well. So to operate the flashlight, there's a little power button on the side. You just press and hold the power button and the flashlight turns on. Now while the light is on, if you press it again, just a quick press, it'll start flashing. And if you press it again, you get a strobe light. And you press it a third time, it turns it off. You also, on the side, you have a power indicator that lets you know when the unit is charging, and as you can see right now, it's trying to charge because the light's so bright and the solar panel is picking up the light, and what power level it's currently at. I believe this is at 2. Let me see if I can cover it. That power button. Yeah, so right now we're at 2 lights. I have not used this unit yet. Now this video is going to be a 2-part video. The first part, I wanted to show you exactly what you get, how it works. The second part, I am going to give you my final thoughts, how it worked out for us because we're going to the beach and we're also going camping, and our final verdict and the pros and cons, of course. So also on the side here, there's a little clip. If you take the little clip and flip it up, it's like a little hanger, and you can hang this as well. I don't know the purpose of it. Maybe if you can hang it from a tree or something, maybe it catches the light better. Or if you're using the flashlight part, it'll be good as, you know, if you're inside the tent, maybe it lights up the tent. But anyway, at the bottom here is the USB ports. So let's flip this up. You get 2 USB ports on the X-Dragon. You got 2 here. You get a Type-C port, and you also got the mini micro port as well. So that's pretty good, and this is supposed to be waterproof. I haven't tested that yet, but it's supposed to be waterproof, so that's really good. To attach the solar panels, there's a little gap right here. I don't know if you can see it in the video, where the solar panels attach to. And this little strip here is magnetic. So when you attach it, it's going to clip right on, like so. You hear it click, and now it's attached. And there is the X-Dragon right here with the extra solar panels. The only issue is when you fold up the extra solar panels and the X-Dragon, it becomes thicker. So we're going to go ahead and measure it right now on camera. So as you can see, with the extra solar panels and it folded up, it's almost 1.5 inches. It's just shy of 1.5 inches thick. Without the solar panels, and again, all you do is you just pull it and it comes right off. Without the solar panels, the extra solar panels, it's just shy of 1 inch. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and charge this up via solar power. Now, right now the indicator says it's at 2. See here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to charge her up with the sunlight, and we're going to see how long it takes to get from 2 to full. And then from there we can determine how long it'll take to charge up if it's completely dead. What I'm also going to do is my cell phone needs charging as well. So I'm going to hook up my cell phone. We're going to charge it from whatever status it's at right now. And we're going to calculate to see how long it takes to charge it to full, and then from there we can also calculate to get a pretty much rough estimate on how long it would take to charge a dead cell phone. You can also charge this via an adapter as well. So if you had a power adapter that the USB can plug into, you can charge it up that way as well. You don't have to rely on solar. But the whole purpose of me getting this is because I needed to keep my devices charged while I'm out in the woods or out on the beach where there is no power. So that's the whole purpose of this. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and test that out. Hey everyone, so I am back. So after about 4 hours into the sunlight, I was able to get it up. I was able to get it up one more notch. So if we do the math, there's 4 notches here. So if we do the math, in sunlight with all 4 solar panels, it's going to take a good 16 hours to charge this up from a completely dead state. Now, I also checked out the the micro USB cable and charged it through USB, and that seemed to take a good 4 hours to charge it up completely, instead of 16 hours from a dead state. So that's pretty much it. It's not too bad considering this unit holds a charge very, very well. So I was able to charge up 2 cell phones and 2 LED lanterns, and it only dropped it 1 notch. So that's not too bad if we really think about it. And it's going to last you a while, so it holds the charge pretty good. So it's all in all, I find this to be very, very, very good item, and I think it's definitely worth the purchase. Anyway, let's go ahead and charge up my cell phone, and let's see how that goes. And my cell phone right now, as you can see, I think you can see if it focuses. Looks like it's at 63%. I don't know if you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up, and we're going to see how long it's going to take to charge at 63%. So we're going to see how long it takes to charge to 100%. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the USB here, if I can do it right. I'm going to plug the other end to my cell phone. And it is charging. So we're going to see how long it's going to take to get to 63%. Hey everyone, so we're back. It is now 5:05, and you can see my phone is 100% charged. So it's not bad. And less than an hour, it charged it, I say, close to 40%. So that's not bad. You figured 2 hours, you might get close to a full charge on a completely dead phone. So I find that very impressive. So that is my final test. So let's go ahead into the pros and cons. Hey everyone, so now we're going to be doing the pros and cons. Now, I did use this battery pack when we went to our little mini camping trip, and we also took this with us when we went to Universal Orlando. Both times it worked extremely well. So let's hop right on into this. So under the pros, it's got pretty quick charging. What I mean by quick charging is charging your devices. As I stated in the review, my cell phone was at 60% and it charged it to full. It took about an hour to charge it to full. So I would say roughly a little over 2 hours from a completely dead phone, and it would charge it up. And the battery pack, when I originally charged it up, it was up 3 notches. It never even dropped after I charged my phone, so that's very impressive. Also, the battery pack holds a charge pretty decent as well. Before we went to Orlando, I forgot to plug in the battery pack to charge it up, and when we arrived a week later, it was still at 3. The LED light still showed 3. The charge didn't dissipate in the battery pack. It still held it, so I thought that was very impressive as well. I love that the solar panels are detachable. Now, when it's attached and folded on top of the battery pack, it is a little thick, but you can also remove it, and you can attach it when needed. So that's a nice little touch. There's 2 ways to charge the X-Dragon. You can charge this via solar power, which is going to take a long time. I'll discuss that in the review, or by using the micro USB. So it is waterproof, and I confirmed that this is waterproof. I accidentally dropped this in the pool that we were at, and what happened was it was sitting on a table, and I went to turn, and my arm hit it, and it fell right into the pool. I got it out immediately. It was only in the pool for maybe 10 seconds or so, but it was enough to where it sank to the bottom. And in 3 feet feet of water, and I took it out, dried it off, and it still worked, and it's been working ever since. No issues at all. So that was about a week ago, and it's still pretty good. I wouldn't recommend throwing this in a lake or in a pool, but if you accidentally drop it and you get it out and it's not sitting there long, I think you're in good shape, especially if you had the rubber piece covering the USB ports, which mine was. So that was good. If it wasn't covering it, you might have issues. Didn't test it, don't plan on it, but you never know. It's got clear and easy to read LEDs on the side. I love that. It lets you know how far or how much the X-Dragon is charged and how much further it needs to go to get a full charge. So it actually has 5 LED lights. The first LED light, it turns green when it's charging. It only turned green for me when it was charging via solar power. When I had it plugged into a power source, it didn't. I don't know if that's by design or what, but the first LED light is green when it's charging via solar. The remainder 4 LED lights, the blue ones, indicate what level of charge the battery pack is currently at. So I believe the first one is like 0 to 25%, and it goes up from there. So it's very easy to read. It lets you know, oh man, I'm going to have to charge this soon because it's almost dead. A lot of them don't have that, but that's pretty good. And I love the flashlight too. It's a nice little touch. I never really had a use for it, but it's nice to know that it's there. I didn't really cover too much of this in the video. I went through of how to operate it, but I didn't tell you what it means. So it's got 3 functions on the flashlight. The first function, when you first turn it on, it flashes slowly. That is like an SOS signal. So if you're in trouble, I guess it flashes SOS in Morse code. The second one, I believe, is the strobe, and the last one is just a regular flashlight. I might have them out of order, but I believe that's what the modes are on the flashlight. And it's got multiple ports for your devices. So it's got 2 regular USB ports, it's got a Type-C port, and it's got a micro USB port. So you could charge up your Android devices, your Apple devices, your iPads, your tablets. It's fantastic. I love it. And let's hop on over to the cons section. Now, as I stated earlier, it's nice that it does have the solar power, but don't strictly rely on that. Always make sure that the battery pack has some charge in it. At least 2 LED lights. That way you know it's at least halfway charged. If you go camping and you take your battery pack and you know the battery pack before going out is completely dead and you plan on just using solar power, keep in mind it's going to take a long time to charge using the solar power. If the unit's completely dead, it could take up to 16 hours just by sunlight alone to charge it up to full. Now, normally this isn't going to be a problem because most people are going to make sure to have some sort of charge in it, and you're going to charge it as you go. That's probably the smartest thing to do. If charge up your phone, and when it's not in use, just have the solar panels folded out and capture some sun when it's not in use, so that you know it's always getting the charge. I don't think you're going to have a problem. When we went to Universal Orlando, however, we kept it in the backpack, and it lasted all day long, no problem. It never even dropped 3 indicator lights. But at the end of the day, we always plugged it into a outlet to have it charged back up. So every day we had it charging back up to full. So we never really had a problem. If you do it that way, you're not going to have a problem either. However, a lot of people are going to be getting this for camping and stuff like that. So just keep in mind, try not to let this get completely dead and charge it when it's not in use. And I think you'll be good. And it is a tad bulky, and I'll cover this also in the video as well. Especially with the solar panels attached,
and it's folded up. It's going to be kind of thick, but since the solar panels are detachable, you can carry it around and pack it up without the solar panels on it. But just keep in mind, it is a little bulky and it is kind of heavy, but you know, for what it is, it's definitely worth it. So let's go ahead into the final verdict. The final verdict on this, I'm giving this a 4-star. It's definitely worth a buy. It's not very expensive. I think we paid about $40 on this on Amazon.com, and our affiliate link is in the description below. It's a great product. It's awesome to keep your devices charged when you need to, and it's a nice little safety net, and I enjoy it, and I'll take it with us just about every place we go. Don't forget, we got more reviews on EmptyNestersReviews.com that you won't see anyplace else, such as YouTube and Facebook. We have reviews on books, sleeping bags, other camping gear such as tents. But check out EmptyNestersReviews.com for other reviews on products you might be interested in. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me. If you have any comments or any questions, please post them in the comments section and I will reply to everyone. And everyone have a good day. I will see you on the next review. Bye-bye.